Welcome to Shattered Ships, brought to you by Fandom Encounters. This is your DM Matt, guiding you on your pirate adventure through the seas of Corsair. Join our party, the Human Fey Wanderer Ranger Tesha Gwyn, played by Bobby, the Sea Elf Pirate Kensei Monk Trigger, played by Seth, and the Owlin Swords Bard, played by Alan, as they do their best to navigate this new world and find their place in it. In Corsair, where piracy is freedom, and freedom is dangerous. Last time on Shattered Ships, our party began collecting the process of collecting all their allies in Cursed Cove, because before that we met with the leader of Veritas, Grizzle, who dropped some lore and some knowledge on the party, some connections to Gilda Deepmaw, the way that she sees the people of Cursed Cove as her horde, and the plans that must be put into place in order to dethrone her, as well as the power source that is Cursed Cove. How someone has to control this power, lest it fall into the wrong hands, even if Deepmaw is not the person to do so. The party came up with an idea of forming a council of sorts to help protect this. The idea being, if one person has access to the power, that it might be Marilyn Crimsonwood's Fetzel, a powerful ally that you all have met and bonded with and become allies with in my tracking chart of Alliance. She is at the very top. She considers all of the party to be her allies. You've looked out for her kids. You put your necks in the line to help save Kettle as of now, and you could have just ignored it. So she definitely considers you all to be close, and a solid choice for the leadership position of this. The party wanted to head back home, but also swing by and communicate this idea with Marilyn before finalizing things. So, what we have on the map right now is a conglomeration of the names that were kind of thrown out as we were all making our way towards the House of Violets. I will also... This isn't, live right now, because we can go through. So, someone mentioned putting a code, hanging the scarf on the railing to signal to the, sort of the cast-offs of the Cerulean Blasters, Spider and Gilma, the two that do consider you allies still. Would you guys want them to be here for this, or is this more of a message of, come check in later?
I figured that they would come in with this, because I feel like as many people that we can have with the knowledge, rather than hey, things might be happening tomorrow, versus we'll catch up later after things transpire.
Cool.
Yeah, I was thinking we want as many people to feel in on the plan. Great.
Yeah. So they're here chilling, chatting with Lester. We also got, of course, Lester Moore. I included him and Europa and Bastion as those who live here. You thought you stopped to grab Scorch on the way here, so they are here as well. I think Trigger was dispatched to the Forgotten Escape.
One down by the docks. Can I try and find Pike as well? I think we need Pike in on this.
Absolutely. Yeah, so next question was, are you going to let the Mermaids/Pike faction know to send a representative?
In all honesty, didn't we think the Mermaids were leaving? Or were they staying to help with the ship?
You got the sense that the Mermaids were staying to help with the ship, because they can't leave of their own accord. Otherwise they would have. The Kraken would get them.
Yeah, okay. So in that case, sure, I will make sure that we send somebody. And then if we can get Pike, so then Pike can be the direct, maybe, contact point with Mermaids would be good.
Excellent. So the Mermaids have sent a designation. Whether you've left a message for the group in the water or Trigger swam down himself, The mermaids, Pike is down there working with the other mermaids to repair the ship. Heavy ask. They now know they need to maybe accelerate the plan a little bit. So Pike is staying behind to continue working, but Angel was very eager to join the meeting. So for the rest of the party, if you see Trigger walk in with Angel, Angel, as she sort of steps onto land, uses a necklace that she borrowed to give herself like some magical illusionary legs. So she walks in wearing just the biggest parachute pants you've ever seen on a person about the height of Trigger. And
There's something different about
every step, there's almost like a sloshing sound, as if she's wearing a waterbed.
I can't figure it out. Did you cut your hair? No, it's something.
No.
You look different.
No, it only transforms legs.
No, I know you've been like it's like you look transformed. There's something, and I can't figure out what it is. It's you're glowing. Oh man,
That's okay.
I might look, but I promise I'll be respectful.
Meryl, as you swing by the Forgotten Escape, Marilyn ensures you are respectful with the strangest family walking this way. Of the other two siblings, Bash and Pluck, would you want to invite both or either of them?
Think both. Get the whole fam.
I think the way we talked about it last time, I think Bash and Pluck are gonna stay because we just wanted to talk to Marilyn.
Okay, cool.
Scoop shot.
Nice.
We didn't want
They wouldn't feel slighted. They're in charge of the tavern while their parents are away. Knifethorn and Zeklin, the remainders of Kettle's allies, would you reach out to them?
I think we should. I'd recommend having some of that input for whatever trial prep we might need.
Yeah.
Knifethorn joins the mission. She leaves Zeklin to continue searching for Onyx. Scorch.
And Knifethorn has like good standing within the town because mom is healed.
Yeah, their mom is the healer, so there is a little bit of a connection to Gilda's keep as well. Is there anyone else? Other shopkeepers you've worked with? I don't think I made a token for them. But what about the eye patch batch?
Yeah, I would like. Is it Sarah? Is my leader?
I believe yes.
Yeah, just as and I want the rest of the batch dispersed around, making sure that no eyes or unwanted attention is coming our way right now.
Nice. For right now, the token of the Dwarven Ring Mage will be Sarah. I forgot to add her in as an NPC.
Okay, I understand that you don't think that children are real.
I just prefer them not to be.
I prefer my children imaginary.
Absolutely.
The kids are gonna love this.
Now back to the topic of living in America.
Concept children. Purposeful exclusion, right? Doubt. We don't want any none of the dryads in on this.
I think because we'd already told the dryads.
Yes, a message was relayed via Ivy, who sent the plants to talk to you guys. I think there was a check, and you guys were able to find the roots to communicate the idea that Ivy will potentially be on or at least the dryads will have someone on the council.
But they're purposely not coming to this meeting tonight. We're not going to be seen with them, right?
To continue the charade that they're unconscious.
Yeah.
But I also think Doubt in particular, because Doubt isn't with the other dryads, and so I don't think it'd be non-purposeful exclusion, but it's not purposeful exclusion. I just don't know what they would be doing.
I don't think we should tell them because I think they could fuck it up. me
They,
being
they don't. They don't. They don't need to know.
They don't need to know. I don't
Yeah.
think.
So this is from what I remember and scrubbed through very quickly. These were the names that were mentioned as we were kind of wrapping things up and like planning for a meeting happening here. Is there anyone else you would like to include? Other shopkeepers you've run into, any other NPCs you fought alongside, any of the wings you'd like to bring into the fold, or anyone that washed up in the last storm?
Makes me feel like we should have. We didn't really get close to any of them though.
Oh.
I will
I guess-
remind everybody that there is a changeling on this island, as well. So I just think
Should we bring not a skeleton, not bones, not a
I
corpse?
think he likes us enough that maybe he would join us in the moment. You know what I mean? I feel like with a hearty grin, we could persuade him.
I would like to not invite them, but try to perceive Arumi.
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. So almost like as you are making your way to yes, I'll go ahead and give me a perception check, and I'll say with advantage.
Okay.
As you're approaching the house, having made all these plans during your walk from the North District.
Oh my dice yet. I don't know which one's gonna work. Okay. He said with advantage.
Yeah.
Not bad, not great. 18.
18. So as you guys are approaching, you're talking with your party about who to invite, who to get a message to, maybe later, who's like round 2 of allies. You keep an eye out, but you don't notice the signs of anything. You know, the times that you've like faced off with Arumi was kind of like south of the House of Violets. So even if you swing through that area where you guys fought Strut and like the Birch Hanger, you don't see anyone down that way.
Okay. Cool. I'll mention this with everyone, but yeah, just worried that they're gonna tip Gilda off before we even have a chance to do anything tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we shall see. But from the what we have on the map, I think that's everyone from me. I don't see anyone that I don't think should be there that isn't here.
Nice.
And we are risking changeling like that. I wrote everyone's name down just in case what it's like.
I mean, do you want to have a personal question for every person who walks in?
I just like I don't feel like I know enough about these people to ask something that I could know that the changeling wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Well,
Well, I guess we could all
I
ask
think
questions about Trigger. We
No
can
matter
make it-
what, there's a pretty strong chance that we all die tomorrow anyways. I mean, it probably doesn't even, you know.
Yeah.
Under the law, we're all guilty.
Yeah. Inspiring.
I think
law works.
yeah, I think though
Trigger's
that-
frantically leafing through a book on law that Europa found.
What is jurisprudence?
kid, that text is like 20 years old. There's things that have happened before then, precedents that have been. You could look through that if you wanted, I guess.
I know, I'm looking at Ogrefell versus the state right now.
That was a bad case.
Apparently it didn't carry over to most of the islands. It's wild. It's like
It was
where
very
do the mass power
localized.
from? It all comes from socioeconomic policies. It's really weird.
Yeah, but I've never been one for animal rights. You all? Oh, Kachi, I'm sorry.
I think you're saying that just
You're a humanoid. You're not an animal.
How would you feel about owlbear versus state then?
Well, if you look at the lawyers who were involved, it's
It's
All I'm
obvious.
saying is that there was a clear payoff. There was no clear.
it was pro teleportation circle, which I'm not. I believe in. It was just like fear mongering on the roads. You know what I mean? Like owl bears aren't on the streets. It's just like let people travel.
I don't know.
I think I might have to just be the court drawer tomorrow.
Well, I do think
Just
John
go
would
sit
think
next to the stenographer. Like, this is my
I don't think
job.
they should have put down the owl bear, but like,
I gotcha.
It was
what's
a very
one owl?
refined case. I mean, all I'm saying is that yes, there was an owlbear there, but no, the owlbear didn't do it. Do they have an aggressive tendency? Sometimes, but so do I. But you don't see me hacking up people.
Technically, their classification is monstrosity, so they're not even really a beast. Like,
Well, then that's why they got away with the
that's not the
technicality.
point. That's not going to save Kettle. We need to talk about what's at
Oh,
all.
sorry. Okay. As they come in one by one, I'll for skip shot. I'll be like, "Where did you first meet your wife?"
We were curse breakers together.
And Marilyn, why did you want to become a curse breaker?
I was separated from the caretakers, and so that was my only way to get back to them.
Very good. Knife thorn.
Yeah.
What's the best thing you like about? What's the first memory you have of your mom?
You know the answer.
I'm just saying if I'm good.
I remember getting in like a fight, and she patched me up afterwards. I think I talked a big game, but I took a couple hits. I thought I could take a bugbear.
Are you going to ask them a question?
Are there many bugbears on this island? Wait, what'd you say, Gwen?
I said, are you going to ask them what question you asked them later?
Oh,
Is the
fuck, we did
answer
ask.
not the answer? It's just like, well, hey, what did I ask you last night? What did you ask Marilyn? I can write all the questions down.
Oh fuck!
You remember what you just asked Marilyn?
I asked her why did she
Want to be a curse breaker?
I heard curse breaker, but that's all I heard. Okay.
All right, boom, boom, boom. Scorch. What was the first thing that I almost was able to steal in your shop?
Hold on. DM's frantically writing questions down.
I can send them
Oh,
to
you do
you.
that?
Oh,
Easy.
perfect.
It's not good.
No, you don't have to
It's
write
not
it.
good.
You can just think of these fake answers while you
Perfect. Thank you.
all the different voices for every character who's in this room.
If memory serves, it could possibly be the very knife you wear at belt. So perhaps we're more successful than you thought.
Well done. Very good.
Must have
All right.
served you well, even though opposed to iron smelt, lava smelt.
Listen, all I'm saying is that fire has its uses sometimes. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
great all the time.
How you heat up
I mean,
arbor?
listen-
How you heat up arbor forge without fire?
Well, you would know if you were able to do it.
I don't need. I don't need
Stop
to.
flirting.
Pulled away from my pen. We will discuss.
And then to both of the Royal Rumblers, what's our code and phrase?
Like who do we like? Who do we serve?
Oh, no, but trigger. It was like don't get fucked or something like
Yeah.
that. I looked at Gwen. Did we not have one with them?
To be completely honest, I try to forget every single person we meet here.
The only code. I mean, you may have given us the other code phrase that we had for a while, which is like, "What's your favorite thing about Gwyn?" And it's that he's gay.
Ah, well done.
That I don't know if that
I
I don't know,
told you,
that
Gwyn.
wasn't for us, but
gay.
he's gay.
It wasn't for you.
That was
No, but people are saying
I don't
it.
has nothing to do with you. What's our
Just a
code?
room? Gwen. Damn. There was such a prolific rumor.
Well, I mean, I am gay.
It's not really a rumor. Yep, he's gay.
I am gay.
It's not really a rumor.
Is that okay?
No, that's fine. I'm not saying it's not fine. No, I'm just saying it's like,
hey, there's a rumor about you, and I'm like, yeah.
I would just.
Are we talking about the fact that Gwen is gay? Yeah.
I'm gay.
Okay.
Yes.
And under the law, that's okay.
Still.
I just don't want that to be the first thing people say. Like, oh, you're Gwen, you're gay. Like that's.
Yeah, you know, Gwyn, he's gay. That's not nice.
You know, but it could be worse. You could be like, you're. Yeah, what's your name? Gay? And it's like replaces the name.
Oh,
you know?
Like Tesha gay.
Yeah, it's not like people call me Trigger because like that's what they know me most for.
No, it's what you do to them.
Yeah.
Do you do gay things to people?
No. Well,
Some people, if they want to trigger, we're gonna get to that later. I mean, well, you already know.
The court stenographer also runs a gossip mag and just like.
he's mask of many faces to be like, handsome Gwen.
Yes. Wind is just gently blowing your hair. Yes.
Lester, what's the first spell you ever cast?
In general or with all of you? At least that I can
With
remember.
all of us. What's the first one you did to help protect us?
Not sure if it counts. I know that you have the armor that is imbued with was once imbued with magic missile, and I believe perhaps the first spell for which I was most coherent was a spell of my own design, to empower your sword during your duel.
Yeah, that's Lester. That was what I intended. Good job, man. Wow.
Of course, I am. Like points to like his tiara.
Thanks to you all, as sharp as ever.
Oh, cool. Okay. Bumblers, Lester. All right. Well, if any of you are the changeling, well, the doppelganger. That's the one. You got it by me. But we'll continue tomorrow to make sure your answers are noted.
Gotcha. Maybe just tomorrow when you're sort of testifying and at the stand, maybe just don't sound so loosey goosey with it. Okay, I feel like a little bit more confidence is going to go a long way.
Okay. I'll try to lock it.
Everyone in the room kind of murmurs like, yeah, Trigger's got a point. Yeah, okay.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. By the way, hi, welcome. Hope you all are going to be in court tomorrow. Gonna be a big day.
It's a big day for everyone.
Got you. Tell them why.
Hi, bud.
Thank you, Trigger. Great. Okay. I'll fly up on the little bookshelf just to try to see everyone.
Yes. Small Kachi now is at eye level with everyone.
There we go. Okay. Hello, everyone. Great to see you all. Oh, as we know, we're here because one of our own is in a bit of a pickle. It has a court case tomorrow, and we need you all here because we need you to know that Veritas, why did I say it like that? Veritas, wow, I'm having a stroke. Veritas was correct. Gilda does not mean well for this island, and it turns out, and it's just not this song, and it turns out that it went from very nice,
Very serious.
and it turns out that Gilda is a dragon, and that we are all part of her court.
Like a ripple kind of through to Lester kind of nodding as if remembering something. Marilyn and Skipshot kind of share a look with each other like that might explain a few things, and then everyone else is kind of just taken aback, having much less experience with this pig person than the party does.
Was there anyone
I know-
who seemed to have a reaction like they might have known that and they were faking their reaction?
Give me an insight check. I'd say since Kachi is leading like the speech aspect, you can do it with advantage, Gwyn, as like, okay, Kachi's talking, I'm reading.
Insight. What's that? 15.
Nice. You don't get the sense that like no one seems to be like masking a reaction, but it doesn't like Lester doesn't seem like surprised, and Marilyn doesn't seem surprised.
I know this might be a big shock to everyone. I mean, Gilda, who's been with the Curse Breakers and seemingly helping this island for so many years, is actually why we're all kind of trapped. And at the heart of it all, we believe that is why she is going so heavily into Veritas, because they want to uncover this truth. For the sake of their identity, we're going to hold off on bringing them out until tomorrow, but it is another old colleague of Gilda that has known and Gilda tried to silence and is able to come back. And that's why we are here today, because we are actually able to meet with them. Any questions
Marilyn,
from everyone that was?
I feel like Marilyn kind of being the one, the least taken aback, perhaps, in the room.
This is a lot to take in. Being seen as the hoard, the possessions of some powerful dragon, but it does explain a bit of the controlling elements of this place. With that being our reality, not to speak for everyone in the room, but what is it you need from us?
We need you to know, because tomorrow during the court case, Kettle is our first priority. That is for certain.
Like,
But
like
inside,
warmly smiles back at you, like, okay, I didn't have to ask.
of course. But in doing so, we don't know how expedited Gilda's identity coming to light is going to be. And if so, we need you all to know so none of you are caught unaware when panic ensures. No.
So
When panic happens.
it would appear that this is sort of a contingency plan strategy session. What do those, presumably you trust all of these folks, we've mingled a bit. What do those of us that know the truth do if it is revealed in a disastrous way?
All of you have intentions of solidarity and comfort within Cursed Cove. Lester, so many people know you. I mean, Kipshot and Marilyn, I don't even have to say what you mean to this community. And like Scorch, even for the blacksmithing community, although your methods are lackadaisical at best, you mean a lot.
No, wait just a minute. And then Europa kind of puts her hand on their mouth, just like, let them have this one.
If/when this happens, we need your help to make sure there's not mass panic with everyone on this island. And if people try to fight back isn't the correct word, but if they try to deny at what their existence has been led to as a member of a horde, to help convince and convey that we are trying to help them be released from any more curses. Not getting off the island. We want everyone to stay if they want to. But for those of us who do want to try to leave, we want to try to set up a future council that can go into effect. Because not only do we have a dragon to contend with, but on the other side of that is a very powerful pirate lord who is trying to come in if there is a power vacuum.
Trigger, give me an insight check.
Someone else is saying.
22.
Shit.
When Kachi mentions this pirate on the other side, presumably if you're sitting near or an eye shot of Angel, you see her kind of like cross her arms and kind of like shrink a little bit as if she looks scared. Like, you get the sense that like she knows the pirate that you guys are referring to, and the connection isn't great.
Oh. Hey, do you want to hold your web fingers in between my web fingers?
Okay. And like puts their hand out.
If you do it like this, and both our hands are a little clammy, you can make this fun noise that goes like this. It's very sad. Sorry, what were you saying, Kachi?
No, that's good. Thank you. In effect, that will mean that we could potentially be fighting a battle on two fronts, both here and in the open ocean, but we have got Veritas to thank in having us help keep that at bay. Royal Rumblers, Spider, and Gilma. Is Matt's camera freaking out to anyone else?
No.
Oh,
No.
weird.
So weird. Okay, I'll just keep going. Royal Rumblers, that means if you, for the most part, I don't want to speak for the leader if they don't mean this, but if you wanted to help, there's going to be some cannons trying to be brought out at different parts of the city to protect the cove from an outside incursion.
Gilma and Spider kind of look at each other.
We have some connection to other groups of Veritas. When we first were interested, we were saved by another team. We can reach out to those allies and see what we can do to assist.
Awesome, great. No, that'd be incredible.
Yes. When we first arrived, the Sapphire Pricks once saved us from a swarm of undead creatures of some sort. We were, before we got a bit stronger, we would be happy to be your eyes or simply your allies.
And Spider
Amazing.
kind of nods along.
It might be some of those undead foes, depending on what we've seen in the past from the eye stalk from said pirate. We might be dealing with that. We might be dealing on multiple fronts. We don't know what's going to happen. But after everything is said and done, we are hoping, like I said earlier, to create a council of those who mean the most to this community, part of the Dryads. Marilyn, I hope you don't mind, but we did put your name forward to help be a stanchion of the island, especially because we know that you would want to stay here.
And say, like, when you kind of like say that and gesture to Marilyn, like many of the heads in the room kind of turn. Many of the people in here are familiar with Marilyn as the kind of like the de facto tavern that everyone washes in on. But she kind of like considers like, okay, let me look around the room. I am honored with your trust, the lot of you. It is true, I do wish to remain, regardless of how this all goes, so I am happy to help share in the responsibility.
Amazing. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Skip Shot kind of like reaches up and like rubs her back. Like, good job.
I think finally for a lot of this, I think the only other contention that we're going to have is dealing with the 4 wings, well, 5 wings of Gilda's. Some of them we have become friendly with, and hopefully they will see the truth when it comes to light tomorrow. But for some, we don't know how strong their tie to Gilda may be. That I being the 5th wing, if they already aren't listening in on this conversation.
Lester kind of like was like,
I think you've found the sort of challenge on the ground. Gilda is backed by those she trusts, and in some ways, her trust in them empowers them as long as they are a part of sort of her forces. You say you've allied with them to some extent. That could be a way to weaken them, even if it doesn't mean that they are fighting for you. Just another force chipping away at their allegiance to the dragon. Odds are she will be able to empower them to some extent, but you all have a talent for ingratiating others to you. Look around the room. It is not an ability or a skill to be taken lightly.
Thank you, Lester. But mostly I want to thank all of you. I mean, you have helped create this community for us in this town when we just washed up, not knowing where we were or what we were doing here. And without you, we wouldn't have this place as a home. So we just want to make sure that you have a home after this.
Oh.
All right, Kachi, let's talk timeline.
Thank you, Trigger. We had a whiteboard. Trigger, where's the whiteboard?
I don't. Oh, Gwen's got it. Sorry, I was using it to scribble a little bit.
Perfect.
This is what it looks like. I was just imagining what a hung jury would look like.
Europa holds one side as Gwen holds the other side.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right,
No.
I'll fly up.
Yeah. You're gonna want to erase the middle one there. That one's yeah.
Yeah.
Trigger, that is a lot of profanity.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know why they call them hung.
No, it's less of the detailing, but the drawings are so detailed. I just don't
Thanks.
know.
I believe you were a sailor now.
Okay, so here we are, planning session. We've got to sleep soon because we all need to be, able to do this. I'd say we have probably another hour or so, or we have to rest for tomorrow, and that is with us running to the courtroom. During the courtroom, in hopes, I have a spell that I think can bring things to light. If Gilda is a dragon, that spell might not exactly be helpful, depending on how many times I can cast it.
Dragon. We know she's a dragon.
Yeah.
Let's not. She's a
But
dragon.
okay, well
She's a
let's
dragon.
that's right. Even if you all don't believe us, and we hope you do, there are a lot of other people here, and they all, I mean, you guys, even us probably a little bit included, are probably thought of as the Dragon's Horde. So, the sooner that everybody realizes that and starts to see themselves not under Gilda's control or command, that could probably help to weaken her.
Yes.
So start believing it.
And we were specifically informed that this land is magical, and Gilda's keep is built on the source of its magic. So we are aware of a potential way for us to dismantle some of this power, but again, because the land is magical, people are never going to stop hunting for this power. So that is where the aforementioned council will come in. And Marilyn, in addition to wanting to stay here, your ties are so rich to the earth here. That's why these things are coming into play. But also, we know that as soon as Gilda's defensive powers stop hiding this, we're going to have a fleet coming in. So we do need to be ready to transition from one fight to another. And that's really where y'all come in, because we're going to need a crew. So, does anyone have any experience sailing?
Everyone kind of like nods, like, okay. Scorch, like up in the corner, raises their hand. Sailed for time with pirate crew while installed guns. I wish to leave island. We have discussed this. So happy to put name on roster as crew that can be relied on. Like strong lava smelt, holding strong in face of anything. Even Arborforge.
Mm-hmm. All right, good one.
Yep. Thank you, Scorch.
Thank you, George.
With that, the plan in place, the knowledge that they are the Horde, the fact that Gilda is a dragon. I want all three of you to roll a persuasion check of sorts. If you make the case to me to use another skill, I will allow it. But I'm not going to tell you what this is for just yet. But we're going to start with Scorch.
So all of us, are we rolling for each person?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay, this might be
But I got to commit to one die the whole time.
tricky. Can I roll a performance check? And if I do well enough, can we get advantage on our persuasion check?
Ooh, yeah, I think so. You've been giving you took the reins and started the speech off. Give a performance check, and I'll say Europa will do is a D4 on this performance check, and then instead of doing guidance stuff all over.
That's a nat 20.
Okay, damn. I was gonna say DC was 22. I had it in my fingers down here. Hell yes. Okay. Oh, cute. Okay, cool. These checks will be made with advantage, and I'll also say, Hachi, pick one person in the room.
Sorry, you broke up a little bit. What was that?
I'll say, with a nat 20, pick one person in the room.
That you have to marry.
Oh, God. One person.
Lester. Marry Lester.
Yeah, I'll pick Lester.
Lester. Okay, cool. So everyone go ahead and give me your persuasion or other checks with advantage as Scorch steps forward to put their name on the metaphorical roster.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Like trying to see if like insight is gonna fly for this because they're kind of performing the action right then and there, right?
I think I would allow insight to work in this regard as well. Almost like you're sensing their.
What I want to do is like I want to take a nice little gander around, and if I start to see people's eyes not meeting mine, I want to force my head.
You are keeping eye contact somehow with everyone at the same time.
Look at me.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Trigger can roll.
I'm the second mate now.
Insight checks as the second mate. All right, so we had was it a 20 from Kachi?
Dirty
20. What did Gwen get?
17.
17. So highest is a 20. What do we got from Trigger?
18.
18. Our highest is a 20, which is enough. if this was a video game, you would feel like a little like ding chime go off as Scorch looks to be very dedicated to this cause. With the first check done, I'm going to add Scorch's name. And as you look around the room, from what to expect here, there are no checks needed. Now for Lester, but also for Marilyn, Skipshot, and Europa. These are people that you have prioritized and worked alongside during your journey. They are dedicated to you in a way that they are on board to play their part. So as they go around the room, Kachi, you kind of went for, or I guess I pushed Scorch to be the first as a nice little example because they've already talked to you about this sort of thing. We can treat the Royal Rumblers as one check for this. So let's have all three of you roll those checks again. This isn't. They have already decided to be on your side. This is just an additional layer of allegiance.
21.
Okay.
25.
Nice.
Another dirty 20.
Very nice. Well, Triggers was our highest here with a 25. A 25 is enough. That the Royal Rumblers kind of look at each other. We don't have specialties, or we both washed up here, so our experience as sailors may be poor, but we are eager to learn should you all need it, and more than happy to assist.
Hail water out of the ship when we're sinking.
Yes.
That is the thing. You gotta be careful. We're gonna get shot at.
You could be,
The Royal Rumblers are standing for effect. Like Scorch stepped forward, Marilyn and Skipshot stood up, Lester stood up as a look from Kachi. The Royal Rumblers now stand up as well. Europa stands alongside Scorch. It brings us to Knife Thorn and essentially the remainders of the Cerulean Blasters. Go ahead and give me a check for Knife Thorn. And Zeklin.
Natural 20.
I'll also let you all know that were Kettle to be in the room, she would also stand without a check.
Natural 20.
23.
No surprise. We'll say that-
29.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god.
Knife Thorn and Zeklin. Somewhere out there, a centaur is standing at attention as Knife Thorn stands on top of the bench cushions here, still probably the shortest person in the room, being a pixie. But they do, in fact, stand. That brings us to let's say Angel as the representation of the allied merfolk. Go ahead and give me a check for Angel.
No.
24.
Mine wasn't good, but I was too busy looking into her glassy eyes.
Distracted. Her glass.
Wait, actually, I was trying to make eye contact with all the other people, and then when I did it with her, I was like, no.
That's perfect. She's
I
just
looked over and I realized that I don't really know her that well from the brief interaction. That's only an 11.
Kachi's like, I'm pretty sure her name was Angel.
Angel, right? That's gotta be.
Europa's like, yeah, I think so. But with a 25 from Gwyn, she looks around and she finally meets Trigger's eyes, and she kind of gives a nod. I need to go home. Maybe can sail with you one day. but happy to fight together.
Baby, if we lose, you'll never see us sail again.
Hey, don't talk to my girlfriend like that. Sorry, I didn't mean to put a label to what we have. I know it kind of transcends that. Yeah, and we can sail alongside you while you go home for a bit and stuff. Thanks for being here.
And the last and most important role, Sarah and the eye patch batch. Go ahead and give me. She has nodded off because a lot of this is going over her head. But go ahead and give me those checks as well.
13.
24.
16.
24 is enough to do it. For someone who considers you, who is willing to aid you. Like, it was to show my hand. People typically start as neutral, and then bump to willing, allied, dedicated. Those who are dedicated to you didn't require a check.
Nice.
Are you telling me that Angel was neutral?
No.
No.
Angel
Willing.
is...
You just told like shit. Okay.
Angel is willing.
Okay.
There's only
We
one,
can tell.
only one mission, and her category speaks to the entire mermaid faction. If it was just Trigger and Angel, she would probably have bumped to allied.
Yeah, I couldn't force her hot dad to do anything.
But everyone's standing together in this room, fists clenched, brows raised high in defiance, having learned the truth of their existence and their place in Cursed Cove. They are prepared to aid you in whatever way is necessary, planning sessions that could come later offline or whatever we need to in the future, as everyone figures out where they fit in best and which fight they would best be utilized in. But the party has expertly gathered and marshaled their allies, beginning a stand against Gilda. I was building to something and then couldn't remember her name for a second. Against Gilda Deep Maw, which is very close to Gilma, which is a mistake that I would have rectified. As those gathered here, whether in an official capacity or by an unofficial bond of friendship, the Open Skies roster is filled to bursting with allies here in Cursed Cove. If there's anyone that you wanted to pull aside individually for anyone and chat with, you absolutely may. But having been told the truth and committed themselves, I assumed that there's like, okay, cool. The people with less connections to you might trickle out first to sort of get some rest or get things in motion, while everyone else kind of lingers to say their goodbyes.
A couple of thoughts that I think would be nice to make some connections with. I would love if we could try and connect. Sorry, what is the lizard folk?
Porch.
Scorch, thank you so much. With our team from the Midnight Murmurs, the ones that were gonna have the explosives, the artillerists.
Yeah.
I think combining their talents for tomorrow might be very useful.
We can introduce Scorch to Gilma and Spider, because they're gonna meet up with Veritas as well.
Yeah.
So we can be like, hey,
Yeah, so it's like you have people you trust with those teams. Like Gilma and Spider go with the Sapphire Pricks, which are the archers, and then Scorch can meet up with the Midnight Symphony, the old folks that you've met earlier, and back them up.
Who do we want in the room tomorrow versus not in the room? For safety and whatnot.
Didn't even think that the fact that the trial will be indoors. In my head, it's been an outside
No,
patio.
it's happening right on top of the fucking temple doors. Like,
The trial is being held in a courthouse that is like next to Gilda's keep.
It is a separate space.
Yes,
I
it
thought
is a
was just
separate
straight up gonna
space.
be in her- okay.
Close enough that the prisoner can be brought from the keep to the court. It's basically like, it's like across the street. Close enough that it's controlled. So Marilyn and Lester could have filled you in on that expectation. So there's a courthouse that is used for that sort of thing. They often hear complaints and help house people, but you guys found your own house, so you didn't have to deal with it.
Right.
I was thinking that Knife Thorn could stay in the keep in case some of Veritas need to get in to find Gilda's. What was it that Grizzle told us that was in the keep? It was like the last thing before, like, she's like, if like to like break her hold on Cursed Cove is like in there. So if there were guards, she could be like, hey, come in this passageway or something.
Try to like weaken some of the defenses so that you guys can get in there and get to her like secret chambers.
Yeah.
Cool. Gilda or Knife Thorn to the keep.
Um,
Knife Thorn has intel from searching for Onyx as well. The like lizard-shaped like mechs that have been activated to guard Kettle and the keep have been doing patrols of the keep, and they were also patrolling the crime scene where Bam was eliminated.
what's with the carnival music, Laura?
I need to take this one off of the playlist.
Ba-ba, everyone dies. Ba-ba, look to the skies. I would love, real quick, to grab Lester.
Lester lives here, so he's sitting on the couch and kind of like saying goodbye to he shakes hands with like Gilma and Spider, who he sat next to during the meeting, and is like kind of content to just like be in the area in the same way that like Europa is. Like, we're here to back you guys up, but we're kind of taking a back seat.
I just wanted to check in. Hey Les, how you doing?
Hello, Sugar.
I know it's somehow both too late for you to be up and also too early for you to be up, because this is like the 1 hour a night that the old people just aren't up.
Trigger, the pitfalls of being human in a world such as this can be great at times.
Wouldn't know. Checking in tomorrow. Do you feel like you're going to be up to being in the courthouse with us?
I am happy to be. I don't know how much I should sort of rub elbows with Gilda. If she was able to use me to a great extent in the past, I will let you know I don't feel prone in that direction. I am very much in your debt for helping me and freeing me from that sort of thing. I feel lighter after listening to you and your friends. Sometimes I do feel stronger inside this building than when I stroll out with Europa to run to the shops or something. So, if you'd like me to be there, Trigger, I will be.
No, I'm just thinking ahead for because tomorrow might, it might not go so great, but I don't care how you feel. You're pretty freaking powerful, and really impressive. And it doesn't matter that you're old and your back isn't quite straight. You've got a lot to offer.
Yes. Perhaps it would behoove you if I sort of looked over the remainders of my spells that you were able to combine to find something to back you up should things go to shit. And
I think maybe the one thing that I would love is if we had a way to quickly get Kettle out of there. If it didn't look good. Do you have any way that we could... Do a snatch and grab.
Excellent. Let me double check one thing, because that is an excellent ask and an excellent request.
And overall, it's just pretty excellent.
It is.
Overall,
Most excellent.
Kachi, I think, because I think you have the highest level spells. What is your highest level spell?
let me see. Currently, it's a 3rd level.
Third level spell is your highest. Because of the warlock level mixes things up a little bit from the bard leveling. With Lester's mechanics and the way that he is aiding the party, he has access to basically any wizard spell, but the only ones that he knows are the ones that he has been asked to learn. So with this request, he isn't able to learn Dimension Door, which is a 4th level spell, because he can only learn spells at the highest level that the party has. But he can learn Thunderstep, which is another spell that can teleport someone with you. Oh. Yes. He is able to bring along someone with him with Thunderstep. It will do damage to the people that if he needs to get out, but as an emergency exit, it can work. And I'll say that if he focuses in on that, he'll have enough time to learn that spell tonight.
If he learns it, will he then need to come to the court?
Yes, because he can only infuse, I think it was half of your highest level spells, so still 1st level spells, into an armor piece.
Okay.
I was going to ask for a spell swap. Is that allowed?
Absolutely.
Instead of Divine Favor, I want Cause Fear.
Cause Fear, absolutely. Is that also a 1st level spell?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That is... Where's my notes here?
I don't need more damage. I need more status effects.
There we go. Cool. Nice. I have my note card to write down Lester's spells, but I hadn't written them down for a while. Great. Thunderstep. Yes. So the Divine Favor can easily be swapped with Cause Fear. Nice. And I think I tried to get fancy in like D&D Beyond mechanics with the spell things with, I think, Alan's equipment, and it was just causing me frustrations. So I think I was just making fake items that had that spell to give you as like a separate thing. So if you just want to do that for Cause Fear, you can do that as well. But I'll say, yeah, he is able to... I'm gonna say he can learn Thunderstep. He can swap the Cause Fear. Anything else he could be able to do, but I'll give him a point of exhaustion on skill checks for tomorrow. If it's for overextending himself as a human who needs 8 hours of sleep.
No, good
For requests beyond those two. Those two are good.
I was gonna keep my armor.
Okay, cool.
So
Great.
I'll get here. I'd rather not him get a level of experience.
This one's gonna be crazy. But we all know that we feel so much better when we have, a hit from that mirror, right? Like a nice big dose. But we don't want to throw off the game too early.
Yeah, in the morning, right before we leave the house, do you want to do it?
I think that already sets us at a disadvantage for what's to come. I'm thinking, what if we try and take the mirror with us, and somebody else has it hidden ready, and when we know things are going, we just go, we lay the final piece, and it's like, bam, superpowers. Thoughts and feelings.
I don't think we're
Great idea.
tied to the mirror. I think that it's like we share the mirror and we feel stronger. Like I don't know if we can have like Lester like be like.
No. Like we would be the ones who would do it, but we just need like somebody to like. I'm thinking of my orphans just going hup, 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 hup,
All carrying
and
the
they bring
mirror.
it in.
I'd
and then we
say,
just-
Trigger, as you're thinking of all of these things, you remember all the details of Violette's room with, like,
Ugh.
the blood runes and the candles and things that enable this magic to be present. It doesn't seem
hate
like if you
weird
take it
design.
away from the room, it would work the same.
Fine.
What I think is we hope for the best. Do not get us at a disadvantage. Things go well tomorrow. It might serve us well to help beyond working against the Cyclops.
Gretchen, can I just ask what does going well for tomorrow look like?
I don't know, defeating a dragon.
So like that is we're all in agreement. We're just gonna go for it then.
Yeah. I don't.
Hey,
I think
quick
there's like
No, look. What does going bad look like tomorrow?
the whole Cursed Cove turning against us and then dying.
Dying, right? So why would we not use the mirror before going?
I mean, Europa weighs in. I mean, if Gilda knows there's an issue, then what's to stop her from getting in the way of the trial being fair?
Okay, well, I don't think the trial's ever going to be fair, Europa. We're all going to try to, as soon as it's not fair, we're going to try to kill her. Like, right,
But if
right.
we-
That
if
is
we
the
keep that
thing,
little-
man.
If we
It's
keep it for the last second, you know, like we gotta go in thinking everything is hunky dory. Like we here to save Kettle. We're not here to expose a dragon.
No, of course not. I would never. But if I were to, like, if we, do you think like we're gonna win the trial and Kettle's just safe tomorrow? Like, do you think that's a possibility?
Well,
If you
even
don't
if
think
it
that's
is, right?
possibility-
Well, even if that happens, what then? Do we just exist with the fact that the dragon is there?
That's what I'm saying. She knows. Like, I understand we don't want her to know that we know, but she's suspicious.
Can I
Suspicious.
I just don't want
can
her
I
to
say what I
settle.
think this trial is best used for? I can't believe I'm raising my hand. You guys are teaching me how to be so respectful. I hate it. Here's the thing. I've been thinking a lot about the idea of possession and ownership, right? Like, and mysterious God, don't laugh at me. I'm talking about the fact that, you know, like when I was on the ship, I saw myself as part of the crew. The crew saw me as something else. The captain saw me as his. And even now, that's still weird for me, and I'm still figuring that out. But all I'm saying is, for somebody like Gilda, who views every inhabitant on this island as her possession, that has power until those possessions start resisting. We are never going to have a better opportunity to tell everybody else in this whole space that they are not hers, they don't belong to her, and that she doesn't deserve to be their leader than an open forum like tomorrow. Oh my goodness, is this why I pump so much into wisdom? I feel great. I think the best thing that we can do tomorrow is, defend Kettle, sure, but lift up Veritas as somebody who has not been against these people and try and show these people what a big dumb jerk Gilda really has been. Whether they believe she's a dragon or not, if they don't see themselves as being part of her, then I think she loses part of her power.
I just think,
That's just me, though.
yeah, but I don't see why we can't put the mirror in and then go do that.
Yeah, that's I don't. Well, but the only thing is, we put the mirror in, and then like it starts off in dragon mode, and you're like, oh man, I really wanted to start this
As long as
human
it's
mode
not
fight.
dragon mode and Kettle's cut throat, I'm cool with that.
But we can't guarantee that.
I think,
Right, you know,
That's fine.
I think Europa kind of nods, like, yeah, if the cards are on the table, there's nothing stopping her.
Right. That's
I think we've done everything that we possibly can, except for that mirror,
Yeah,
and I think that that's probably enough.
until we
Am I included in that? Yeah, yeah. So until we use the mirror, she has to keep looking like the good guy.
Okay, I like that. That sold me. More than like we're gonna win the trial. Like we're not gonna win the trial, man.
If we don't win the trial, we can break Kettle out.
Yeah, the trial is the hey everyone, this is a dragon.
Yeah, we saw where the cell was. Marilyn took out some of the defenses.
I mean, you know, that's the thing. You know, Gilda knows that we have the other shards. She knows who had the last shard, and she knows where we live. So if we put that mirror shard in, there's nothing stopping her from raining down thunderbolts onto our home.
And then blaming something else when we're done.
Yeah.
And ultimately, we are made up of the agreements that we've talked about in the past day or so. We said that we'd protect Kettle. If we don't do that, then we lose the person who's supposed to watch over this island anyways. That little goblin weird man said don't put the mirror in, or like if you do, just, know that it's gonna have consequences. And if we do that, that probably costs us some respect with the newest ally who is also going to be in charge of this place.
I am sold on no mirror till post Ryle. Definitely pre Cyclops ship battle.
Agreed.
Mirror will be ready. Do you guys need me to do anything while you're getting some sleep? Because I'm way cooler and can do more stuff. I mean, not you, obviously. You can do stuff too, Gwen, if you want.
No, I have to go. I'm a human. I need to go sleep.
Trigger,
Wait, you're
I
a
am.
human?
I'm just a sick looking human.
Oh, I thought it had like an other kind of worldly quality.
You just looked so well rested right now because of the, because of the
Drop
mask.
the mask in your face.
Oh God! Put it back up. Put it back up. Gotchi?
Trigger.
The eye
wait,
bags
you're an
were
owl.
just
Shouldn't
surprising.
you be awake right now?
I be awake? Well, yeah. I mean, normally
That
I
goes-
would be awake and then sleeping during the day, but I can't do that.
Just another reason why Morales is the city that never sleeps.
I'm so sorry that you
Exactly.
have to code switch with us.
There's still an assassin who might kill me, and I don't want to think that I would die the day before my most important day alive, but I would. I'm gonna leave
Do you
the
want
door
me to keep
unlocked.
my orphans on watch?
Sure. I'm just gonna leave the door unlocked because if the assassin comes in, I want you all to be able to get in.
Like your bedroom door.
Yeah, the bedroom door will be unlocked. That way when you break in-
Gwen just kill me.
Yeah, normally, if I was locked in with an assassin, it's over for me. So I need as many people able to get into the room as possible.
You want us to have a sleepover?
I've never seen the inside of your room. I bet it's awesome.
I do have the biggest room, I think.
Yes.
Does it smell like lavender?
Lavender?
I bet it smells like lavender.
It might.
Or like a colitis bag. One of the two.
Oh.
What's that?
Terrible. A coloscopy bag, I think is.
Oh,
Is that the same thing?
I think that's what he was trying to say. Either way, I need to go to bed. Otherwise, it will not be efficient.
Okay.
Trigger, I've been playing with the idea that after we put in the next mirror shard, depending on our last journey with this mirror,
I hear mirror shard. I stop.
that I had visions of the old pirate crew, the ones, the triad.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of going to the little well and talking with that god of death. What's her name? Oates Galloway? No, the other one.
No, Nico Stiletto. Basically my
Stiletto.
best friend.
Yeah, I haven't met them yet. And I was like, oh, maybe I could go meet them. But you know them better. I think if we get information from Nico, we could better understand the power of this island. Because that's how they became a god, right? The power on this island that Gilda is trying to keep.
But I gotta tell you, it's kind of a weird friendship where we don't talk for a long time, and then I get really close to dying, and then she's like, "Not yet," and I was like, "Stop edging me, gosh! Sometimes you just want to die." And then we talk. So
Full of
I would
toxic
have to get very,
friendships.
yeah. So I'd have to get really close to dying. Do you?
Can you not use a little well thing at, Doubt?
Oh. I don't know, I did it before.
You and Doubt offered all three of you excuse me, a chance to use the well for free. You and Trigger and Gwyn have taken her up on that chance, but Kachi never has. So the promise is ask a question, get an answer. So Kachi still has yet to ask a question.
Yeah. If I go back, I've been told it's bad things.
It's essentially risking your life. Like the idea that like this knowledge can easily pull you in, and like it's like a fast, like almost like a elevator shaft to the god of death. So unless you're very lucky, that's where you're going.
I think, Kachi, I think you should do it. Because honestly, I really hate it when friends groups kind of keep different friends from other friends, and I just think we should all know each other.
You and Nico would get along. You guys should meet. You guys should hang out.
And I
just don't know. I just don't know if I should introduce myself now, before the trial, after the trial, like after the last mirror shard.
Do you have time for that right now, or do you need to get sleep?
Oh, I absolutely need to go. I'm so tired.
Okay. Why don't you go sleep, and I'll introduce you to my friend after we've beaten the dragon, okay?
Also, I need to find a death representative for the weapons master. I was tasked with that, and I am
Yes.
Like the weapons master of our ship?
You were tasked with finding a new caretaker of death for Nico. The last one being Violette. So that space is vacant as of now.
Okay, so if anyone finds a good candidate for that,
you need to find a caretaker and take them to the spire.
Okay.
To the spire.
I had an idea of someone, but we'll talk about that another day.
Yeah, I'm sure that's okay. Yeah, that can another moment.
Well, I was just thinking because my grandma is the Boken, and it's like the sword path. But I'm like, not much else you can do other than be leveled up to a death god. So maybe they already do that with the path. Maybe
you want it to be a family member? You don't think that's like nepotism?
I mean, it could be, but it's
and then
like,
for context, it's not necessarily a death god to replace Nico. It is someone on, like, you're looking for someone to take on the same, like, level of power as Marilyn. She's the caretaker of nature.
Oh.
There's a missing, like, caretaker of death.
Heard.
Someone
Still,
who does...
like, yeah, the Boken of the Path feels very wisdom-inspired, like, facilitating duels. Not a bad choice.
I feel like death to me means fearless. Like I feel like they're the opposite of me. Like they are ready to go. So maybe tomorrow we'll find a candidate. But I need to go to bed. So I will now remove myself and head upstairs.
Sarah, the leader of the Patch Batch, fell asleep by the fireplace. So Europa goes to scoop her up and carry her upstairs because I think she has a room upstairs. But the rest of the orphans don't. Lester, as you guys were talking, he began to like snooze in the chair and then wakes up to like pull his spell book out and start learning spells. Kachi and Gwyn head upstairs to go to sleep, leaving Trigger, Angel, and Europa. Trigger and Europa as the elves who only need 4 hours of sleep. Angel kind of was like hanging out and just kind of taking a look around the living room as you guys were talking, not really paying too much attention. Will you walk me back?
Yeah, I've walked before.
Mm-hmm. Sloshing pants. Good seeing everyone.
Do you need more protection than just me? I could get some other people to protect you too.
Europa's like, do you need some muscle, Trigger, or are you okay?
I have muscles.
I think I left something at the Forgotten Escape, so I'll be like 20 steps behind you. Europa giving you space, but being there in case you need. As you guys go to walk, Angel, almost like give me a. I'm gonna say give me an intelligence check from Trigger.
Well known.
And I'll say Europa agreeing to join you counts as a help action, so you can make it with advantage.
Straight roll.
I'd say I would say history could work as well.
It's a natural 20. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's fine.
As you walk with Angel and sort of begin to converse, her not really knowing Common or Elvish, you not knowing Merfolk, she kind of speaks in this like stilted way that like she's trying. She's picked up some stuff from Pike, so she's a little bit able to communicate. But as you walk, you're listening to each other, like struggling to kind of like, oh no, I mean this. Oh no, I mean this. Yeah, you kind of find common ground in this ability that sea elves have to communicate with ocean life and kind of be understood by them. And she has learned enough from Pike that you guys are able to communicate in a easier fashion, although the stilted awkwardness that comes with being pre-teen-esque teenagers communicating with someone they have a crush on. It was nice to meet. It was nice to spend time with you and your friends.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was just showing you my dolphin noises. Yeah. No, it's a really common mistake. It's okay. You do it all the time. You gotta put it in a pocket. You like imagine that you had a little hole on top of your head like this. You know,
Oh, speak like you have to speak like you have a blowhole. I see. Yes.
No, I know a lot about blowhole. Yeah, my friends are great. I love them, and they're my friends and crew and family. And I know I'd said before I was like a pirate, but I wasn't a bad pirate.
Oh,
But can I tell you something?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I saw you got a little nervous earlier tonight when the Cyclops got mentioned.
Yeah. He chased us into the cove.
So I think honesty is the basis of all strong relationships. I was on his crew. And I don't really have a very good excuse.
Give me a persuasion check from Trigger. What we're going to do, I'm going to steal this from Brendan Lee Mulligan. Give me 2 dice rolls.
Okay.
And we're going to go with the one that is furthest from 10.
Wild. I rolled an 11 and a 15. My persuasion is +1, so it's 6.
Not bad. Angel continues to hold your hand. You are small. Many pirates pick up little ones. They don't have a choice. If you could choose who to be your crew, who would you choose?
I mean, sometimes you don't get to choose your crew. Honestly, most of the time you don't. You get stuck with a lot of people who like smell and also don't wear pants, which is why I had a really good understanding of anatomy earlier. Sorry about that.
No, these pants are very weird.
No, keep your pants on, please. I feel bad because I know being a pirate is kind of bad. I know that the fun that I got to have for years was based on other people suffering and losing things, losing people. But
Are there good pirates?
I don't know. It's like, I think so. I mean, I know lots of good people who are pirates, but I don't know if it's really the same thing.
You helped us. I think you're a good pirate.
Thanks. And I'm really good at being a pirate too. You should really see me shoot this thing more often. But more than that, I want to be back on the ocean with people who enjoy it as much as I do. And I want to explore, and I want to talk to new people and explain to people what a poop deck is without them laughing the first time that I say it. And I don't want to have to be the one who cleans it all the time either. One day I might even want to be a first mate instead of just a second mate, which is what I am now. But let's face it, there are only 3 of us, so that really makes me the deck boy. But
I have the least experience too.
I like the people who I'm getting to have on my crew now. Not my crew, it's Kachi's crew. It's fine. It doesn't really.
Kachi's crew is good.
Kachi's crew is fine. Yeah. I hope they all make it tomorrow. Which is why I want you to stay really far away from this tomorrow, okay? Because the Cyclops, the dragon is probably pretty dangerous, and I've already seen kind of in a vision what it can do. And the Cyclops might come in soon after. So the best thing that you can do is work with Pike and try and make sure the ship is nice and repaired so that if something happens, we can sail out of here.
Miso and Pike working on ship, like you said. Me and Loose Straw will help.
Idea.
We'll be ready.
Yeah. We're here.
yes.
Cold water. Ooh. Is this water cold or is it just cold?
Cold but nice.
But it's water. Water's the best.
I like it.
Okay. I'm probably gonna go read a lot of things about the law. And when I say read, I mean I will memorize how this one system of letters works and probably look for that word a bunch of times in a book. And then when I find that word, I'm going to ask Bass to see what the word says and what's around it. So I'll send you a seagull tomorrow.
Good luck.
I don't actually know how to send a seagull. That sounded stupid. I'm sorry. Bye.
Seagulls have benefits.
We're seagulls with benefits? Is that what you said?
No, seagulls have benefits. She runs and jumps into the water.
God, those pants are really impractical.
She starts fumbling at first before she can get her mermaid tail back out. As very shortly after Europa kind of walks up arms crossed. It was going pretty good right up until the end. Good job.
I've killed so many people. Why can't I talk to her?
People find different things intimidating, my friend. Europa kind of puts an arm around your shoulder and guides you back to the House of Violets.
Try shooting her in the face next time. That'll do it. Okay.
Sometimes that's not good. You gotta watch out for the hair.
How old are you?
What?
Never mind.
Did you just make it Europa? Okay. So when I get back, are you going to bed? Or are you staying up?
I mean, I sleep as much as you do. If you want me to help you out with something, I can lend a hand before we crash.
Yeah, I wanted to see if you and Bass wanted to help go to the library real quick so we could pull some things.
Yeah, Bastion should be good. I think Lester's sleeping downstairs, so we should have free reign of the library.
So is there anything you're looking to gain insight on or information about with this? I'll say Europa is here to give you a guidance, so a D4 on some sort of intelligence-based check. If you're looking to gain insight about how trials work or how anything like that might go.
Yeah, I think really have probably two purposes. One is trial based, so I would probably like back and forth with Bass and Europa, like a couple words that I could latch onto.
Excellent.
And take that photographic memory of based on legal system, so that
Oh
I
yeah,
could then
almost
start
like
skimming books, pull
they
out
put it into like
passages.
almost a schematic. So you can visualize things. It's easier for you to visualize it than for you to read it because you can't read. But they get the sense. They give you the kind of like the sense of how the trial will function. Go ahead and give me a. Let's call it a history check again with a D4 of guidance from Europa. And because you called out Bastion specifically as well, I'll say he'll give a help action so you can make this with advantage.
Great. That is a natural 20.
Oh, damn. Okay, trigger.
Or that is history 25.
Hell yeah. Trigger is learning to be a lawyer in total equivalent of like Maya in Phoenix Wright. Because she's the younger sister of Mia. That's basically what the Cursed Turnabout came from. But they describe it in a way that, okay, cool, a party can represent someone in court in the Cursed Cove. Typically there is like one person assigned to be kind of the leader of sorts, but everyone on like the defense is a part of this. So when it comes to sort of making a point, presenting an evidence or an argument, it involves, I will flip to this so you can actually prepare for it versus it being thrust upon you in court.
Alan, write this down.
When presenting evidence or making a claim in court, whoever is making it, the defense or the prosecution, will make 3 checks: a history check, a performance check, and an insight check. The total of these will be used to determine how much the judges are convinced. There are 3 judges assigned to any case. Typically, it is the 3 wings of Gilda Deepmaw. She does not sit as a judge herself, but you also know that Lance Eventide is a witness for the crime. He will not be one of the judges, so someone else is being brought in that position, but you don't know who it is. So these history, performance, and insight checks. For the 3 of you on the defense, it will fall to you to decide who will represent which. If there is a prosecution, they will make all 3 checks themselves. But because the 3 of you are serving as the defense attorneys, one of you can make the history check, one of you can make the performance check, and one of you can make the insight check, making sure that you can gear it towards whoever is especially adept with that check. Which means to be able to plan ahead of it to maximize your abilities to do so. The judges, there will be 3 in the final decision-making process. 2 out of 3 will decide the outcome of the trial. By convincing them, you lower their resistance points. Your skill checks equate to weakening the resistance points. So your skill checks create basically an attack that reduces the hit points of the judges during this trial. That's how the encounter will work. And because you studied and got a natural 20, you know this ahead of time, so you can plan accordingly.
Great.
And I'll also say with a natural 20, you can assume that 2 of the judges will be Blanche Featherin, who you've had limited interactions with, but one of the judges will be Steela Benz, who is an ally of the party. And when you last ran into her, I did a sneaky little check, and you were all able to win her approval to some extent. So there will be a free chance to reduce some of her resistance points when the trial starts. So you'll have a leg up on convincing Stila to join your side.
Gorgeous.
Let me refresh my memory on the mechanics I wrote, and I'll share them with you now. So when making your theory or evidence, you choose which judge to direct it at of the three to make a sway check. If the prosecution chooses to make a check on a judge, you are also given you have the ability to rebuttal. So someone can make an intimidation check to give disadvantage on one of those 3 checks. It's tricky, but it can be done. I think that is what you get with your natural 20 on this research check for the nighttime. Does Trigger / Seth or anyone else listening have any questions on the mechanics of how this fight will go? It is weird. I made it up. Hopefully it goes well.
I suppose this will be interspersed with any actual evidence we're putting forward.
Yes. So any evidence that you have will make it easier to make these checks. So if you're supporting it with like evidence that you've collected, but the same goes for the prosecution as well. They'll be making their arguments and supporting it with evidence from their side, so they will be able to make their checks easier as well. But as far as actionable things from Trigger, there's also the setup for the prosecution. You all 3 can act as the defense attorneys, but you see that there should be one person to act as kind of the like figurehead. The person who's making rebuttal checks will be that person, and that's the person who may get called aside for like if there's a sidebar. It would be benefit to have someone who's good in charisma, essentially.
Okay. With any additional time, then knowing that, I would love to create my own evidence. Having seen
Evidence dossier.
having seen
Absolutely.
the strike from the space, I would have to do an aerial draw that accurately reflects the angle from which that V would have been created.
Oh,
and I would have
fuck.
to,
Okay, cool.
draw up this map of what this would look like for us to cross-examine with people tomorrow.
With the feat that you invested in and took, I'm not even going to say this is a check to make this. You have a map of the V that was created that day. You're able to basically
really large poster board.
like you flip over, like we narrated that like Gwyn and Europa were carrying this like whiteboard. You flip it over and you basically recreate the entire city block that had that V, basically the map that I made. Boom, you have that recreated and ready to go for you. Evidence A. You have the V drawing of the tampered with scene.
Great.
That you just straight up have. Roll a d4 for me.
That is 1.
Excellent. Is there anything else you would like to try to like recreate, to have like another piece of evidence? You have one opportunity to make something.
Sure. Let's do how we found Bam Bugbeara. like dead. So
You all heard Bam Bugbearer was dead. You have not seen the crime scene or like seen him having passed.
I thought we did.
I thought we went back. Am I crazy?
I'm almost
Am
almost
I
positive.
crazy?
I thought I brought everyone there and was like, "What happened? That's so crazy." And we saw them taking like evidence of the scene.
Yeah.
Am I just forgetting that?
Lance didn't Lance get like?
Didn't we take his like Veritas like cloak?
Yeah, we stole
Like,
his.
we like, left one.
Oh, I think we left a Veritas cloak.
Yeah, we left it there because we didn't know he was Veritas at the time. Well, no, we did because he told us about the root.
Yeah, he was the thing.
But we were trying to justify his death being okay. So
You went to his house, or was this when you met with him before he died?
I thought we
No,
went
it
to
was-
the house, but I could be crazy
No,
because it was a close turnaround.
We went to the house. We went underground. We had
The
to pop
village
above
thing.
ground. That whole thing happened. Bam dies. Gwen was like, "Hey, Bam might be dead." And then we went over to bed. And then we heard about it that then Kettle got taken. And so then I thought that we went to Bam's, checked it out. He was, because I remember you and Matt were like, yeah, he's just like dead. Like you don't see any signs of anything that happened. But his like house was like in a big disarray. Like it was like fucked.
Yes, and this was before the Royal Rumblers fight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They were like
Yes. So you did, in fact, see the crime scene before it was actually a crime scene. That's where the hiccup happened with my brain. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alan, for remembering that detail. Cool. So recreating the scene where you first found Bam Bugbearer. Go ahead and give me that. I once again forget if I gave you this extra skill check, Seth. My apologies. Go ahead and give me the painter's tools check to recreate this evidence because you're remembering it and it's less vivid.
Just add my proficiency bonus for that one.
Proficiency plus dexterity or wisdom, whichever you like.
That'll be a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, you recreate the scene from when you all went to Bam's before the wings got there, which is good.
Yeah, so I will accurately reflect the fact that we did, in fact. So my goal is to capture the fact that it doesn't look like there was anything on the body to indicate foul play.
Nice.
It looked as
Yes,
though it's
because you guys investigated, you saw that it was necromantic of origin, but you weren't quite sure what that meant as far as who it connected to, but you know that it connects to Nico Stiletto.
there's not a
Or
weapon
Gwyn
at
does.
all. Veritas cloak is there.
Yes.
Left by us, right? But at the same point, it does connect him to Veritas. Therefore, why would Veritas kill this individual? Why would Kettle want to do that if that's the connection point? So yeah, we're just trying to create some doubt
All
there.
coming back to me now. Behind the screen, there may have been a map made for Bam's house in case you went to investigate it with people guarding it, but you went in the tunnels instead.
I wonder if they've changed anything, like if the crime scene, whatever. We'll see.
Oh, I think there was definitely some tampering.
Right, and then you'll have.
Oh yeah.
Matt, I also have a feat that I want to ask if it could be used positively
Absolutely.
in this case. So one of my feats is for Bard is counter charm. As an action, you can perform until the end of your next turn. Until that time, you and any friendly creatures within 30 feet that can hear you gain advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. In terms of a rebuttal, or if Gilda is trying to use her sway, or any of the prosecutions trying to use their sway, would any of the judges who might see us better than neutral, would we be able to use this as an advantage against an intimidation check?
Ooh.
Or help us in a performance check? Because I would see as like, I'm not playing, but us making this defense would be a performance.
I like the argument for sure. I think as long as like you, so let's say like the people who are prone to be like the lead defense attorney with a high charisma are you and Gwyn. I'll say if you are not the lead, you are able to in the background kind of do this counter charm thing.
Okay.
Like almost like backing up Gwyn. So that you're giving the advantage in that way. Because counter charm is weird in the way that it kind of works and it's not always the most effective, but I like the ability to use it. So yes, you with this sword bard element, you're infusing like your counter charm into the room to give, I like your stipulation as well, to give the judges that you are more than neutral to, there's an advantage on the rebuttal. I think that absolutely works. I'll allow that to give advantage to Gwyn on the rebuttal checks. You know, specifically because you are the one suggesting it, Kachi, one of the other judges is Blanche Featherin, who you fought alongside and helped stop the storm. So that means there are 2 judges guaranteed, because Stila Benz is more than neutral to you, that you have advantage on rebuttal checks for.
Amazing.
Basically, because you called it out, I'm confirming it. That is the case, as long as you are willing to let Gwyn be, or Gwyn is willing to accept the title of, like, lead defense attorney.
I think, yeah, because I think Gwyn's charisma is above, like, higher than mine. Way more so.
I add my
anyway.
wisdom to my charisma checks.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah. So, mechanically, it's a smart move as well.
Right.
2 bonuses.
Then we just have history, performance, and insight. I
Yeah,
think.
so there's those 3 skills to kind of divvy up who's going to take the lead on those.
I was thinking I would do history since I have advantage on those recollections, but I can also do insight because I have a +6.
My insight's at a... Oh, sorry, go for it. No, go for it. Go ahead.
My insight is a +7, and I get a D4. But my intimidation is +9.
Intimidation is separate, so that's the rebuttals. The like
But I've
round by
got that to be
round
careful.
checks are great to have you assigned to insight. A trigger gets advantage on history as long as Kachi's okay with performance.
Performance, which I would.
My
assume.
performance is a 7, and that's what I was hoping for.
Yay!
Nice.
I was
Oh.
gonna say one of us is history, but I forgot who. Trigger.
There's a pirate song again.
You have a wonderful night of sleep.
I need to
feel like I'm
figure
going
out
through
what
a
that one
certain
is
mode
and take it off of the playlist.
Brief moment of levity with it.
It's actually, little do we know, that's actually the court-ordered pipe organist.
Wait, how did you
Always
guys
there
know
for
what I'm
every trial.
playing? That is my counter charm.
It's just a shanty that's being played. Cool.
Wait, Matt, is your hair green?
It is. Temporarily.
Oh,
Elle and I are going to Universal Fan Fest in Hollywood.
FanFest?
Yeah, they have like a One Piece activation and a D&D activation, and Yoshi's there for the first time in the States. So we're dressing as like a semi-cat cosplay Chopper and Zoro from One Piece.
Amazing.
So I was just coloring my hair green to kind of get me part of the way there into Zorro territory. So I was testing it today, but I also really like it.
It looks so cool. The hair
Yeah,
and also
so-
FanFest nights. You're gonna have an awesome time.
Yeah.
The multiple
I can't wait to see
machines.
photos of the beholder.
Yes, the
Oh
beholder.
yeah, Xanathar.
Yeah.
So, trial planning aside, the party is able to get a full night's sleep, with Trigger and Europa doing some research and walking Angel home. As the party rests, gets spell slots and hit points back, waking up in the House of Violet. I need to move Angel off here. Waking up in the House of Violets. Everyone's dead. No, just kidding. The party awakes to find Bastion cooking breakfast with Europa's help. There didn't seem to be any eventful happenings. No one seemed to sneak in the middle of the night. But Lester, somewhat sleepy looking, does have your gear for you, Gwyn, having swapped the enchantment spell that he had attuned to your, I believe, bow? I forget what he attached it to. But he is able to swap, so you have Cause Fear stored into your equipment, so you can change that over. And he has also taught himself Thunderstep, and he has basically prepared himself to go with you to the trial. Europa, helping Bastion get breakfast and stuff ready, is willing to go to backup to basically kind of take her place in the audience in case shit hits the fan. I'll actually say Europa at breakfast kind of pitches in. All right, I know I'm not the most charismatic. We know they have to get Kettle to and from the building. Would you guys want me to kind of stake the place out, and Kachi can kind of send me a message if shit hits the fan, and I'll try to slow him down.
We need someone to confirm that Kettle's safe. Otherwise, what are we doing?
I can keep an eye on the place.
I'm against that.
Technically, I can do it as a bird. I'm not as stealthy as Kachi, but if I'm just sort of like a seagull hanging around, I should be okay.
Why did
I can try to
why
send
did you
off
say
a,
seagull after what I said last night? I
I'm-
said you wouldn't bring it up.
I'm sorry, it was in my mind.
Okay.
I can try to send a message like every few minutes or so.
Yeah, I'll just like get myself into position where you can find me and stuff. So you'll be able to like shoot a message to Europa if you need her or something.
Amazing.
But that way she can stay outside just in case you guys need a body or someone on the outside to pick things up or keep an eye on who's coming and going and things like that.
And I will take a place in the sort of audience of sorts, so there's a chance if, as Europa put it, if shit hits the fan, I could potentially teleport myself and Kettle to meet up with Europa.
Incredible. That'd be great. Well, anything else, crew?
Just know that the bar exam should not keep anybody from practicing, okay? We have done so much work.
I realized that I don't really have a lot here since, we're on this island. So I went into Violette's closet that's still upstairs, the room I'm sleeping in. And I have a sundress and a little black number.
You found you found one garment from Violet and one from Violette.
Oh, because you
Is that one pink?
You want to wear clothes?
I don't know. I feel like this is a suit kind of situation.
So you have a sundress and a little black thing?
When you say little black number, like, is it? Does it even?
Yeah, try it
Actually, is
on.
it lingerie?
like fit into this dress that is just like open.
Yeah,
And
why?
then like a
Yes.
leg
It's meant to be skimpy. Violette was the goth, and Violet was like the cottagecore sundress, like archetype.
Yeah.
I feel like if I tie it, you could look like
Basically, Violette was Takumi from Persona 5. Goth Doctor.
Oh, doctor.
Doctor. if you will.
Doctor.
She like crosses her legs.
Your classic Goth Doctor.
Okay. Well, I tried to wash my clothes for the occasion, but apparently I put something in with it because now my vest is bright pink.
I use math
No,
for many
like-
faces, and I'm so beautiful, and I look like a real lawyer.
Mask of Many Faces into just the most beautiful lawyer.
It fits.
It's not fair.
My suit fits.
that's what most of the magic is doing, is making the suit fit.
Yeah.
It's basically All Might from My Hero, who just. And he's like,
Yeah.
Yes, it really is All Might.
well,
Sure,
I
Mike.
think, looking great, gang. I'm not gonna wear this. I'm just gonna have a hood, but it's gonna be like a robe.
You put your tunic back on, you're like, never mind.
Yeah.
I
You look
wish
like
they
an
could
executioner.
Give me my tie. You'd be so cute if you just had a little tie on.
Hey, can we get like a bolo tie?
Wait, hold on.
I'll look in.
Oh, I
I'll
love
see
that
what
it
I have.
accentuates your neck folds.
It's just like it disappears into the feathers, so it's really just the bolo tie part.
It's
This
like a
is
weird
back
bolo
from
tie
how
with like
legs are.
you what?
This distracts me from how long your legs are under there.
There we go.
Like when owls get wet.
Yes,
Okay, now bolo
but
tie.
it draws attention to the non-existent bosom.
Bosom.
Could you do the thing that I know you don't like doing normally in front of us, but I know you're capable of doing? Could you do that? Could you turn your head? Could you think?
Okay, well,
You
for this
think.
occasion, I would need to wear both. So I put one on the back, and then
There's a tie on the back and a bolo tie in the front.
You can be like good cop, bad cop. Except all cops are bad, but you can be like bad cop, slightly less bad cop.
And it's funny because your bolo ties in your that's like the sensual part of a bird.
Oh, this
You
is
know.
gonna go so well.
I'm sure you
wait,
do
so
that,
what
but
does it
like
do? Oh, this could be. Oh, this is shiny. This is good. Oh,
Yeah, it's real
I like
close
what
to
you
your
think.
and we would do that in
cloaca.
front of all of us.
I don't like it when you say cloaca.
I can turn into a seagull, it's fine.
oh, easy. Okay.
All right,
hey,
gang.
open skies.
Open skies.
Don't open thighs. You got it.
Well,
What?
The courtroom.
Mrs. Potts comes out and is like, I'll explain when you're older, dear.
That explain
I understood that.
Excellent. So Open Skies makes their way to the courtroom. As you enter in, you see several people milling about. Allies of yours. Strangers of yours that I will make tokens for later, because I realize I never did, but I should fill out the sides of this courtroom. But as it is now, as you walk in, Bash, Crimsonwood's Fetzel, is kind of loitering outside, greeting some people, milling about, as she often does at the Forgotten Escape, like a excellent server, kind of bouncing around, ingratiating herself to the clientele. Doing the same kind of thing outside the courthouse. Oh, hi, welcome everyone. Let's go. Oh my goodness, where are you going to sit? Okay, great. And she notices all three of you and gives you like a little wink. This daughter of Marilyn and Marilyn and Skipshot. Oh, hey guys. Yep, my parents are already inside. You guys got this. Seems like she is sort of just getting a vibe of the place. As you enter the courtroom, you see a very clear orientation of the space. There's a witness stand in the center of the room that looks upon 3 super raised daises. In front of these 3 positions of power for the judges, there is a stone dragon carved as decoration. There is an archway behind, giving the space this illustrious and dominating feel. Off to the sides, there are benches and seats going up from far away from the proceedings that people can spectate on the trial that is currently happening. As you look inside, off to the left, there is a position for the defense attorneys to get prepared with, and off the other side, there's a position for the prosecution. As you all walk in, as you're finding your spaces, you notice the Crimsonwood Svetzel family up in the pews on one side. Lester Moore is in that same area. Skipshot and Pluck helping him find a seat. There's some stairs, making sure that he's okay navigating them. Off on the other side, you see Knifethorn has positioned... no, she's staying in the keep. So you see Zeklin. There we go. You see Zeklin has positioned himself on the opposing side. Just a presence to kind of be on that side of the room. As you walk in, everyone give me a perception check.
Also, Matt, is this on the D&D Beyond campaign? Is it from there?
It will be as soon as because I figured out how to pause it so I can switch maps and then reveal them at a dramatic moment. So
Lovely.
It will be. There is a map. Kind of.
13. Not great.
This is a perception?
Yes.
I'm very nervous.
I rolled a 13 plus 4, so 17.
Excellent. 17. As you walk in, you do, in fact, spy the courtroom as a whole. You see the prosecution preparing a few files over on the other side. A blue Aarakocra seems to be fairly professional. What may have been white feathers growing out of his head at one point, now balding. We have Sam Eagle from a joke that happened just so many sessions ago, because I had to flip back 12 pages to get to my notes on how the cursed turnabout was going to work, because I thought it was going to happen before the tunnels. But that is the courtroom that we see ourselves. You notice up on the judges' plinths, Stila Benz and Blanche Featherin in position. The crowds kind of gathering in and dispersing here as you all are able to take your place at the defense attorney position over on the opposite side. With that being said, you feel a buzz in the room as the proceedings are beginning. More and more people are beginning to sit down. Sam Eagle is kind of arranging papers around in front of him. Is there anything the party would like to do in preparation for this trial as it begins?
I feel like as a defense lawyer, going around making the presence, seeing people we know, seeing people we pass by. If the owner of the tea and sauna shop is here, making hands. How are you?
Yes, Naomi Snakes. You notice that they are also sitting in the same section as Zeklin. Haven't made a token for her yet, but she will be here as well. Just another person you run into along the way.
Just making rounds, checking out the courtroom, making it seem like we are positive members of this community who've had a long-reaching presence being known.
Absolutely. You are just sort of checking in with the people of the town, those you've run into. I don't have a Naomi Snakes token, but she'll be added. But like the new people to town, this is something that was going on. People were talking about it, the Forgotten Escape. So like the father and daughter, like the human dad and the tiefling kid, they're here. The Asimar that you've run into and like fought alongside of you, Cherry's here. You see like a few other like familiar faces around.
Amazing. And while doing that, yeah, just like sending a message off to Europa, like being like in position, checking in.
Nice. Yeah, you're keeping Europa abreast of the situation. She's commenting like, it's like, oh yeah, so like, yeah, not a skeleton's going up. That tiefling who knows triggers walking in now. Whenever you reach out to her, she sends a message back in preparation. As more and more people file in, the place is a buzz with activity as we build to the trial. I need all three of you to roll initiative, and we will take the highest of the three of you. Basically, a team encounter.
7.
Seven.
5. Doing good.
Okay, so the highest was a 7.
Should Bobby and I roll off just to see, you know?
I'm gonna say because you guys both rolled 7 and Sam rolled a 16. Sam will get to speak first.
That's good.
But the party will then it's basically just it's the two of you. So Sam and then you all. So the prosecution will speak and then the defense will speak as we enter this initiative. The cursed turnabout has begun. The last person to file in to the courtroom as the trial is beginning is none other. I suppose the second to last person. It is none other than Gilda Deepmaw, here to witness the trial proceeding as she files in and sits down. Looks at her wings, taking their jobs seriously, scans over to you all. I'm going to need a group deception check from from all three of you, just to keep your composure, as Gilda is going to roll an insight check as she watches your reaction to her presence.
25.
30-20.
14.
Luckily, your friends are able to cover for you. 2 out of 3 doing very well. Gilda kind of gives you all a nod that feels almost sympathetic. She knows that you are close with the Crimsonwood Fetzel family. She is a third party in this room, just like everyone else. At least that is what she is trying to project. But as she settles down, everyone kind of quiets down as like Sam Eagle taps his papers on the desk as one more figure walks into the room. Blanche, in the position of like lead judge, kind of steps. Okay, all rise as the trial begins. As the wing of the sky, and Stila kind of stands up. And as the wing of the sea, Blanche continues, we will be presiding over this case. As the wing of the land is a witness, he has recused himself. So we are very fortunate to be joined by a member of the High Court of the Elven City of Ernestenthal. We will be visited with a guest judge, Yalkendian. who has agreed to join us for this trial. The three of you or two of you, I suppose, Kachi and Tesha may remember Yalkendian washed up during the last storm, and he helped you all fight against the eyeballs that attacked the Forgotten Escape. So someone who has some experience with the lot of you. This elven or half-elven judge taking his position kind of gives a nod, an independent third party to join the system. As Blanche knocks her gavel, we'll first hear from the prosecution, Sam Eagle, as our not criminal, but as Kettle Crimsonwood's Fetzel. As the trial of Kettle Crimsonwood's Fetzel continues, she will be represented by her defense attorneys here, Tesha Gwyn, Trigger, and Kachi Hootsie. Stila looks at all three of you as Kettle is brought into the room by these lizard folk mechs and is walked over to your side of the room, hands still in chains as she sits alongside all of you. In this window, last time you ran into Stila Benz in the hallways of Gilda's keep, I had you all roll a persuasion check. It was a success. This happened a long time ago. But it does inform the trial now. So, before the trial even begins, the three of you can give me that history check, performance check, and insight check directed at Stila Benz. So go ahead and make your checks.
Wow. 23.
I should have done this on a different note card.
21.
21.
23, 21, and 21.
65.
Oh,
Bobby, thank you
Math?
so much for adding those together for me. That is the next step. So, with a score of 61, you all, to make it easy, all of you can roll a d8, which will be subtracted from Stila's resistance.
Ooh, fun. 3.
5.
Nice.
Well, so
a little bit.
for a total of 9, Stila is now 9 points closer to being swayed in the direction of the party. As Sam Eagle stands up to begin the trial of Kettle Crimsonwood Svetzel. Now, as I say, we should probably go forth and call our first witness to the stand. As we do so, they will, in fact, prove to this group that Kettle Crimsonwood Svetzel is, in fact, responsible for the murder of one Bam Bugbearer. While that is the trial we are here to discuss, it does open up the possibilities of finding more information that Kettle Crimsonwood Svetzel may have. We will determine the motive, who she was doing this to protect, and also the nefarious undertaking she has been a part of in this town. Thank you all. As Lance Evenstride is called as our very first witness in the trial of Crimson Woods Svetzel, a trial we will begin next session in what is known as the Cursed Turnabout. Next time with Shattered Ships.
Yay!
Legal services. Legal services.
Oh my goodness. Fun.